Everybody wants to be successful, but not everybody wants to be disciplined. Everybody wants to win, but they don't want to follow a routine that demands sacrifice, consistency, and focus. See, it's not about what you feel like doing. It's about what you've committed to do even when the fire is gone. Your emotions are temporary, but your routine, that's the engine. That's the machine that keeps pushing even when motivation runs dry. Most people live by desire. They only work when they're excited. They only grind when it feels good. But champions, the top 1%, they understand that success is not built on feelings. It's built on discipline. When you build a routine rooted in discipline, you don't need to feel like it anymore. You wake up and execute because it's who you are now. Discipline says, I will, when desire says, I might. Discipline shows up when nobody's watching. It's getting up before the sun and putting in work while everyone else is still dreaming. It's doing the hard things over and over again until they become second nature. You see, it's not the big, dramatic moments that build your future. It's the small, consistent decisions you make every single day. You win in the dark long before the spotlight. Your routine is the foundation of your greatness. Without it, you're just guessing your way through life, hoping things work out. But with it, you become intentional, you become powerful, you become dangerous. The real game changer is when you stop negotiating with yourself. No more, I'll start tomorrow. No more, I'm too tired today. The second you let those excuses in, you let weakness win. But when you have a set routine, there's no debate. It's locked in. It's non-negotiable. You become a professional, not an amateur. You stop relying on hype and start depending on habit. That's where the shift happens. That's when life starts bending in your favor. Not because you wished for it, but because you worked for it. You showed up when it wasn't convenient. You stayed locked in when others got distracted. You respected the process, and the process started rewarding you. Discipline will take you places motivation can't reach. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if your friends are going out. Discipline says we've got a goal to hit, and we don't stop until we get there. That's the difference. That's what separates the ones who dream from the ones who do. If you keep living off desire, you'll burn out. You'll keep starting over. But if you commit to discipline, your routine becomes your superpower. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And if your system is strong, if your routine is built on excellence, then success becomes a natural outcome. You don't chase it anymore. It chases you. Keynote No. 2. Wake up hungry. Success belongs to the relentless, not the lucky. Expanded into 500 inspiring and engaging words without ending sentences or headings every morning. The alarm clock ain't just a sound. It's a battle cry. It's a call to rise before the rest of the world even thinks about moving. It's the signal that separates the relentless from the regular. Success doesn't go to the one who rolls out of bed when it's convenient, who checks the clock and decides 5 more minutes. No, success belongs to the one who wakes up hungry, starving for growth, desperate for progress, obsessed with getting 1% better every single day. You gotta wake up like your life depends on it, because guess what? It does. Your dream doesn't sleep. Your competition doesn't sleep. And if you keep pressing snooze on your life, you're handing your destiny over to someone who wants it more. Being relentless means you don't stop when it hurts. You stop when it's done. It means you don't wait for the perfect opportunity. You create it through sheer hunger. The relentless don't wait to feel inspired. They wake up already knowing, today is another chance to dominate. Today is another day to outwork, outlast, and outgrind everybody who's depending on luck. Because luck runs out, hype dies, but hunger, real hunger, never quits. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're broke, if you failed yesterday. Hunger gets back up. Hunger shows up even when nobody claps. Hunger says, I'm not finished yet. That's the mindset of a winner. The world will tell you that some people are just born lucky. They'll point at the ones on top and say, he got a break. or she had it easy. What they don't see are the 4 a.m. workouts, the weekends sacrificed, the tears shed in silence, the nights of self-doubt pushed aside because the mission was more important than the mood. Luck is loud, but hunger is louder. Hunger says, I'm not settling. Hunger says, I've got more in me. You gotta wake up every day like you're still broke, like you're still unknown, like you've got something to prove. That's how legends are made. This isn't about chasing comfort. This is about building a life so powerful that comfort feels like a distraction. You want it bad, then act like it. Move like it. Stop asking for easy and start demanding more from yourself. Hunger doesn't need applause. It doesn't need recognition. It feeds off the grind, off the repetition, off the vision that only you can see. The relentless are fueled by purpose, not praise. They don't chase feelings, they chase greatness. Every step they take, every hour they put in, it's calculated, it's intentional. They're not just showing up. They're showing up with fire in their eyes and purpose in their soul. You either wake up with that fire, or you watch someone else live the life you were too lazy to earn. The world is full of people who had potential but never had the hunger to go after it. Don't be one of them. Wake up like your dream is waiting outside the door, and it's only staying for a second. Wake up like you're in a race and losing isn't an option. Wake up hungry and stay hungry. Keynote no. 3. Shark mindset. Stay focused, stay fierce, stay moving. Expanded into 500 inspiring and engaging words without ending sentences or headings. A shark never stops moving. If it does, it dies. That's not just biology, that's a mindset. That's a code. You want to be elite, you want to separate yourself from the average, then you need to adopt the shark mindset. Stay focused, stay fierce, stay moving. Sharks don't swim backward. Sharks don't pause to overthink. They don't ask for permission, they just go. That's how you have to approach your goals, with tunnel vision, locked in on the mission like nothing else matters. You can't afford to be distracted by noise, by opinions, by fear, by failure. You're not a goldfish, you're a shark, and if you're not moving forward, you're sinking. Sharks don't chase approval, they dominate their space. You walk into a room, you bring that energy, that drive, that unshakable focus. The world is filled with people who dabble, people who start and stop, people who second guess everything. That's not you. You're a fin in the water, and when people see you coming, they should feel the power in your presence. Not because you're loud, not because you talk big, but because your focus is unbreakable. When you're in shark mode, you don't get pulled off track by shiny distractions or people's drama. You stay committed to the vision and attack it with everything you've got. Fierce doesn't mean angry. It means intentional. It means when you say you're going to do something, you do it with force, with fire, with full conviction. You go after your goals like there's no plan B. You don't dip your toe in. You dive head first. You don't ask, what if it doesn't work? You say, what if it does and I never gave it everything? That's the mindset of the shark. And guess what? Sharks don't hang with fish. You've got to surround yourself with people who move like you, think like you, grind like you. If they're swimming in circles, if they're waiting for someone to feed them, if they're scared to leave their comfort zone, you need to swim faster and leave them behind. Every day you wake up, you've got 2 choices. Float through life or hunt your purpose. The shark mindset doesn't allow laziness, it doesn't tolerate self-pity, it doesn't make excuses, it adapts, it overcomes, it keeps moving forward no matter how rough the waters get. Pain, that's part of the ocean. Failure, just another wave, you swim through it, you learn, you level up. Because every second you're focused, every moment you're fierce, every inch you move forward. You're closing the gap between where you are and where you're meant to be. You weren't built to coast. You weren't designed to settle. There's something inside of you that was meant to conquer, to lead, to stand out, but it doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you decide to lock in, go all in, and never slow down. The shark mindset is more than a concept. It's a lifestyle. You either move like a predator or get eaten like prey. You either take control of your destiny or drift through someone else's plan. Keynote no. 4. Comfort is the enemy. Kill the excuses before they kill your dreams. Expand it into 500 inspiring and engaging words without ending sentences or headings. Comfort is a silent killer. It doesn't show up loud. It doesn't come at you all at once. It creeps in slowly, quietly, like a whisper telling you, you've done enough. When deep down you know you haven't even started. Comfort tells you to rest when it's time to rise. Comfort says you've earned a break. When your goals are still starving, see, dreams don't die overnight. They die little by little, one excuse at a time, one skipped workout at a time, one snoozed alarm, one promise broken to yourself. And you don't even realize it's happening because comfort feels good. But feeling good and being great are not the same thing. You weren't built for easy. You weren't made for mediocre. The dream inside you isn't going to survive in a soft environment. It needs pressure. It needs discomfort. It needs struggle. That's where growth lives. That's where grit is forged. Excuses, they're the bodyguards of your comfort zone. They protect average. They defend laziness. They convince you that now isn't the right time, that you're too tired, that you'll start next week. But every time you choose comfort over commitment, you're trading your future for a feeling. You're letting your excuses speak louder than your purpose. You've got to get ruthless with your excuses. You've got to call them out, destroy them before they destroy you, because every excuse has the same outcome. It robs you of progress. And the truth is, nobody's coming to do it for you. Nobody's waking you up. Nobody's dragging you to the gym. Nobody's writing your goals down. That's on you. That's your job. If you keep waiting for someone to save you from your comfort, you'll be waiting forever. The only way out is through. The only way forward is by choosing growth over ease, choosing pain over peace, choosing action over delay. The grind is not supposed to feel good. The process is not supposed to be comfortable. That's the price you pay for transformation. You don't get to keep your excuses and your dreams. You've got to pick one. You've got to decide what matters more, staying comfortable or becoming who you were born to be. And that decision shows up every single day. It shows up when the alarm rings. It shows up when the workout hurts. It shows up when the grind gets lonely. You either lean into it or you fall back into comfort. And every time you fall back, the dream fades a little more. You've got to flip the switch. Make discomfort your new standard. Get to the point where average makes you sick, where quitting feels worse than pain, where you'd rather be exhausted chasing purpose than rested doing nothing. That's when things change. That's when you break through. Excuses have no place in the life of a champion. They are the chains that keep you locked out of your destiny. You want the life, kill the lies. You want the future, kill the fear. You want the greatness, kill the comfort. Keynote no. 5. Grind with purpose. Every action must serve your mission. Expanded into 500 inspiring and engaging words without ending sentences or headings. Grinding without direction is just movement. It's spinning wheels, chasing noise, wasting breath. But when you grind with purpose, when every rep, every step, every second is tied to your mission, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when the grind transforms from a struggle into a statement. You're not out here just working hard. You're working wise, working strategic, working intentional. Every decision is calculated. Every sacrifice has weight. Every moment is meaningful. You don't just wake up and hustle. You wake up and hunt. Purpose is the difference between fatigue and fulfillment. You can be tired and still feel powerful when you know why you're doing it. But if you're grinding without purpose, you'll burn out fast. That's why people quit. That's why people stop showing up. They forget the why. They lose the mission. But you don't move just to move. You move with vision. You understand the goal. You see the end zone before you even snap the ball. And that focus, that clarity, makes your grind lethal. The gym, that's not just fitness. It's discipline. The early mornings, that's not just habit. It's preparation. The long nights, that's not just hustle. It's legacy. You see the purpose in the pain. You embrace the process because you trust the outcome. You know that nothing is wasted when it's all part of the mission. That's what separates the greats from the grinders. A grinder without purpose burns out. A grinder with purpose builds empires. You've got to know what you're building. You've got to be crystal clear on what you're fighting for, who you're doing this for, and why it must happen. Purpose makes you precise. It filters out distractions. It kills the noise. You don't say yes to everything. You say yes to what aligns with your mission. You don't chase attention. You chase growth. You're not in this to be popular. You're in this to be powerful. And every action, no matter how small, adds to the vision. Even on the days it feels slow, even on the days it feels invisible, you're stacking bricks. You're building something real, and the world might not see it yet. But you do. You feel it in your gut. You carry it in your heart. You walk with purpose in every step. You don't grind to impress. You grind to impact. You grind because there's a calling on your life. You grind because someone out there is counting on your success. You grind because quitting is disrespectful to the purpose you were given. Every day, remind yourself, why did I start this? Let that fire fuel you. Let that mission move you. Grind like your life depends on it, because it does. Purpose is the compass that guides your hustle. Without it, you're just busy. With it, you're dangerous. With it, every second becomes sacred. Every moment becomes meaningful. Every step becomes legacy. Keynote no. 6. Survive or dominate. The ocean doesn't reward the weak. Expanded into 500 inspiring and engaging words without ending sentences or headings in the ocean. There are no handouts, no guarantees, no pity. You either survive or you dominate. It's the law of nature. The weak get swallowed. The slow get left behind, the indecisive become prey, and the strong, the focused, the fearless, they rise to the top. That's the mindset you need, not just to make it, but to own it. Because life isn't a pond where you float comfortably. It's an ocean that demands your absolute best every single day. You've got to move like a predator, think like a warrior, work like survival isn't enough. Because it's not. You weren't born to barely make it. You were born to dominate your space, your lane. Your calling. Survival means you're playing defense. Survival means you're reacting to life instead of owning your life. But domination, that's different. Domination is proactive, it's aggressive, it's intentional. It says, I'm not just trying to get by. I'm trying to lead, to win, to crush every level and raise the standard. You've got to stop trying to coast through life without risk. You've got to get tired of treading water. There's something greater out there, but it won't come to you just because you want it. It comes to the one who earns it, who hunts it, who outswims every excuse in their way. You've got to build grit, real grit, the kind of mental toughness that doesn't fold under pressure, the kind that doesn't run when the waves get high. The kind that understands setbacks are part of the storm, but quitting is never an option. Because when you're in that ocean of life, you can't wait for calm seas. You've got to learn how to swim through chaos. You've got to become the force, the one who adapts, the one who thrives under pressure, the one who doesn't just survive the storm, but becomes the storm. Weakness is a choice. Softness is a mindset. You've got to decide, are you going to float with the crowd or cut through the current with purpose, with power, with passion? Dominating doesn't mean being arrogant. It means being relentless. It means knowing your worth and working every day to prove it. It means showing up with intention, with focus, with that look in your eye that says, I came to win, and I won't leave until I do. That's what the ocean respects. That's what life rewards, not the complainers. Not the victims, the killers, the builders, the ones who take their pain and turn it into fuel. So ask yourself, are you surviving or are you dominating? Are you waiting or are you attacking? The ocean doesn't care about your comfort zone. It doesn't wait for your confidence to kick in. It moves fast, it moves hard, and it only makes room for those bold enough to claim their space. You've got to earn your place in the deep. You've got to fight for your future like there's no lifeboat. Like it's win or drown.